Marcus Rashford's time at Manchester United might be over. Stay tuned as we break down the latest bombshell in the transfer saga. Marcus Rashford's stance on Manchester United future revealed. Marcus Rashford was back in Manchester on Tuesday night to score for Aston Villa in their 2-1 defeat to Man City. Manchester United forward Marcus Rashford will wait until the summer to make a decision on his future. Rashford is on loan at Aston Villa for the rest of the season, and a source close to the 27-year-old said he has never been happier at the Champions League quarter-finalists. Villa have an option to buy Rashford for £40 million, but, as the Men reported last week, Rashford is expected to delay a definitive decision on a summer move amid the prospect that bigger clubs could be interested. Barcelona fleetingly considered an approach for Rashford in the winter transfer window. Rashford wants to join a Champions League club and has no interest in a move to London. Arsenal and Tottenham were linked with Rashford before he joined Villa in February. The Rashford camp have also discounted a potential swap deal after reports claimed United would be receptive to trading him for Villa striker Ollie Watkins. United are unlikely to entertain the prospect of reintegrating Rashford back into the squad after his working relationship with head coach Ruben Amorim broke down 6 games into the Portuguese's tenure. Rashford's starting role in Villa's Champions League quarter-finals with Paris Saint-Germain and his recall to the England squad last month make him one of United's most sellable assets. United hope to fetch the best part of £100 million from the sales of forwards Rashford, Antony, and Jadon Sancho. Rashford has scored 4 goals in 17 appearances for Villa and started ahead of striker Watkins again in their 2-1 defeat to Manchester City on Tuesday night that leaves Villa still in 7th place. Villa take on Crystal Palace in their FA Cup semi-final on Saturday as they attempt to reach the final for the first time since 2000. "I am so happy with him, he is performing very well," Villa manager Unai Emery said on Rashford. "His adaptation has been quick, his commitment to the team and his teammates and the process we are doing together. He has been really important for us and he has to keep going. Now, on Saturday, hopefully he can help us again and, like everybody, be ready and focused on this match." Villa are paying 75% of Rashford's salary during his loan, with a potential rise to 90% depending on performance-based bonuses. The Football Association's agency transactions between February 2024 to 25 listed a contract amendment under Rashford's name that was related to his loan. United and Rashford have stayed silent over the specific cause for the breakdown in his relationship with Amorim and subsequent departure. Rashford was omitted from 11 of the 12 squads he was available for and had not played since December 12 prior to his mid-season transfer. Marcus Rashford accepts he will never play for Manchester United again. Marcus Rashford has ambitions to play in next season's Champions League and wants to leave Manchester United in the summer following his loan spell with Aston Villa. Marcus Rashford has accepted that he will never play for Manchester United again. England star Rashford, on loan at Aston Villa until the end of the season, knows he has no future at United while Ruben Amorim is in charge and is therefore plotting his next career move. Rashford scored his 4th goal since making the switch to Villa in Tuesday's 2-1 defeat for Unai Emery's side at Manchester City, to continue his upturn in form since leaving United. Although Rashford is under contract at United until 2028, head coach Amorim does not want the 27-year-old to return to the club when his loan spell at Villa is up. That has cemented Rashford's resolve to find a new permanent club this summer, but he is unlikely to remain in the Premier League, with a move to Spain an attractive option. Villa have a £40 million option to buy Rashford at the end of the loan agreement, but it is understood he does not favour a permanent move there and sees his future elsewhere. Rashford wants to decide his next move, and it is understood his representatives do not plan to address his future and hold talks with United until at least mid-June. Sources close to Rashford have told Mirror Football the forward does not want to move to a London club but does want to play in the Champions League next season. Villa's hopes of qualifying for next season's Champions League suffered a setback with the defeat at City, in which Rashford equalised from the penalty spot. Emery's side sits 7th in the table, 2 points behind 5th-placed Newcastle. Rashford's representatives have also moved to rule out a player swap deal with the likes of Villa's Ollie Watkins or Crystal Palace's Ebereki Eze, both of whom have interested United. Having lost his England place when his form deserted him at United, Rashford earned a recall on the back of his upturn at Villa, with 6 assists to add to his 4 goals from 17 appearances. Asked about Rashford's impact since switching to Villa, boss Emery said, "I'm so happy with him. He's performing very well. He's been really important for us and he has to keep going. Now, on Saturday, hopefully he can help us again, in the FA Cup semi-final, and, like everybody, be ready and focused on this match." From the outside, Rashford's plans to depart United do not come as a surprise to some. Ex-Red Devil Teddy Sheringham believes the player's body language has spoken volumes. "I don't think there's a way back for Marcus Rashford at Man United," he told CasinoApps.com when questioned about a potential return to his parent side. "I don't think he wants to. I look at the body language he giving off at Villa, and it's like he couldn't be any happier to be further away from Manchester United if he tried, to be honest. I think." Man United handed double transfer update as favourites emerge for £50 million deal. Latest Manchester United transfer news and gossip includes an update on Liam Delap and Dean Huijsen. Manchester United have been handed important updates on 2 of their summer transfer targets. Ruben Amorim is preparing for his first squad overhaul as United look to bring in reinforcements that suit his playing style. In particular, the forward line is an area that will require the most attention, with United having scored just 33 goals this season, the 6th fewest in the Premier League. As preparations continue behind the scenes, a host of players continue to be linked with a move to the club this summer. But as always, not all of those linked will end up joining. German giants Delap deal. TalkSport report Borussia Dortmund are the latest team to join the race for Ipswich Town star Liam Delap. The 22-year-old's release clause will drop to £30 million once the Tractor Boys relegation is confirmed. The report confirms that the striker is one of Amorim's top summer transfer targets, but Delap is said to be keen on joining a club in the Champions League. Men's Sport says, "It's no surprise to see one of the Bundesliga's giants joining the race for the young striker. With Ipswich's relegation all but certain, clubs will be looking for a bargain deal, and Delap fits that profile. At 22, he's still a raw talent with significant potential. His physicality, movement, and natural striker's instincts make him an appealing long-term investment." With a release clause set at £30 million, the deal presents a relatively low-risk option for clubs if things don't go to plan. But it could also prove to be a case of low risk, high reward. Many of the clubs interested in his services are capable of offering European football, something that could be key to unlocking his next level, given the right coaching and system. New favourites to land Huijsen emerge. The Independent report Chelsea are favourites to land Dean Huijsen. It's reported the West Londoners want to wrap up a deal for the defender ahead of the Club World Cup in June. Besides United, Liverpool, Arsenal and Newcastle are in the race for the 20-year-old signature, and he was also wanted by Real Madrid, though the Spanish giants are no longer thought to make a bid. Chelsea are reportedly willing to offer Huijsen, who has a £50 million release clause, a 7-year contract. Men's Sport says, with every target Manchester United pursue this summer, they must be prepared for the possibility of rejection, especially given their inability to offer European football. That could unfortunately be the case here, as Chelsea continue to push for a European spot and will also be competing in the Club World Cup. United will begin a rebuilding period under Amorim this summer, and it will be important for fans to be patient during this process, as it could mean the club doesn't necessarily secure their number 1 targets. Man United news, Marcus Rashford makes transfer preference clear as Man City consider release clause. Manchester United face a number of tricky decisions ahead of next season, including on the future of forward Marcus Rashford, while Matheus Cunha has been identified as a potential replacement. Manchester United could face a very busy summer after a disastrous season. The Red Devils have endured their worst ever Premier League campaign under Ruben Amorim. A huge squad overhaul is planned, with a number of current first-team stars potentially set for exits. That could include Marcus Rashford, who is currently in the middle of a loan spell with Aston Villa. And should he exit, that could potentially open the door to a move for Wolves star Matheus Cunha, who has been identified as priority signing for the Red Devils. Away from transfers, there's still plenty for United to do between now and the end of the season. They are in the Europa League semi-finals and will take on Athletic Bilbao, with a potential matchup with Spurs in the final to come. With all of that being said, take a look at all of the standout headlines from Old Trafford. Rashford reveals preference. Marcus Rashford is reportedly not keen on moving to London should he leave Man United this summer. The forward is widely expected to depart permanently after his loan spell with Aston Villa. The Midlands side have a £40 million option, albeit that is far from certain. It is suggested that Rashford will not be rushed into a decision and is happy to wait until mid-June. He however does not want to move to the capital, with Arsenal, Chelsea and Tottenham all consequently ruled out. Meanwhile, he is also determined to be playing in the Champions League next season. Man City compete for Porto star. Man United and Man City could go head-to-head for the signing of Porto goalkeeper Diogo Costa. The Red Devils may look to replace Andre Onana, while Ederson's City future looks quite uncertain. Mirror Football understands that City are set to step up their interest with Costa. He has a £63 million release clause written into his contract, but club chiefs are keen to negotiate that down. Neville greenlights Cunha move. One man who could be drafted in as a replacement for the outgoing Rashford is Wolves star Matheus Cunha. United have already been linked with a move for the Brazilian, and Gary Neville would be a big fan. They're desperate in that position, he would suit the system. You think of what Manchester United are playing now. They've let Jadon Sancho, Antony and Marcus Rashford go, three players who more naturally travel with the ball, Neville told Sky Sports. They're playing with Garnacho at the moment, but that leaves them lopsided. On the other side it's Xerxes or Bruno Fernandes stepping up one, Mason Mount is sometimes there too. They need someone who can beat players, someone who is equally as good at running through the middle with the ball as well as sometimes going outside. He's the type of